Hello and welcome to the video. A couple of weeks ago we were talking about consistent trims on OpenTX on things like the Taranis radio and the QX7 as well. And I need to do a big shout out to a couple of people that have been in touch to talk about other ways of doing it. Now, just to refresh your memory of what we looked at, here's a test model, and this is OpenTX Companion 2.2, and I'm going to start using this from now on because it's the current latest and greatest version, and a lot of the other videos up till now have been using the previous version, and I think the interface is a little bit less intuitive in here. I guess it's something we'll all get used to over time, but I'll start using this as a way to show you how to navigate your way around. But here's a model that we've created, and in the mixes we've created a dual rate for the aileron. With the switch A in the up position we get 100% of the throws, and with the switch A that isn't in the SA position, that's what that little exclamation mark means. And again, if any of this isn't making any sense at all, but you have one of these FR or FreeSky radios, then go and have a look at the OpenTX Mix School. We go through an awful lot of detail in there, and we start very simply. But by moving switch SA, we get two values. So let me just simulate the radio and also show you the output. And this is kind of another way, unfortunately, the way it's been moved around, which I don't think is quite as intuitive. But anyway, so if I move around the aileron, so there's channel 2 that's moving. If I put the trims in, and we go right to the very top, there we go. So 24% trims. If I then go from high rates to low rates, from 100% throw to 50% throw, you can see what's happened to the trim. The trim is given the same kind of ratio as the actual throw is as well. Now, in that last video we talked about a couple of things that you could do, and I showed one other way that you could do it so that you could set one trim for your model, and even if you changed the outputs of the mixer, you wouldn't have a different trim rate. But big shout out to RC DIY that talked about this one. Let me just show you what he was talking around. So I'm going to delete actually the second row. Let me just right click, say delete, get rid of that switch completely because we want it on all the time. There we go, standard set of outputs. RC DIY was talking about putting it on the inputs. So here, double clicking on aileron weight, and then say that the switch, this is turned on where it's on SA, duplicating that, and this time doing all the mixes, do it like that. And now when you simulate it, then if I do a little bit of movement, so let me just hold it like that, there's SA, so there's the different throws, you can see it changing in the outputs. It's also on the screen here. In fact, if we just do the page, there we go, you can kind of see it as we're moving around. But if we do the trims, let me just reset this, at 21.1, as we move the SA, then it isn't moving at all. So this is also another way you could do it if you're going to want consistent trims and lots of dual rates. Danger with doing it this way, or the consideration that you need to have, is that if you start playing with lots of different settings in here so that things only come on different flight modes, that you start adding exponential, for example, for particular flight modes or other bits and pieces, you're going to have to make sure that you're copying them across. Otherwise, as you flick from one of these lines to the other, you're going to lose some of these more advanced settings. Nice thing you could do here is give it a couple of names, and then that means if you ever came back and you had to change everything, then this would work as well. So this is another way that if you wanted to change the rates on the outputs of your radio and you were worried about having consistent trims, then this is a way to do it, where if you set your trims up and then you move your SA into high and lower rates, and again let me just show you that it's working, there we go. You can see the outputs flicking up and down as I go from high rates to low rates. This one works as well. Thank you for taking the time to watch that video, and particularly for watching right to the very end. We try and release a video on Tuesday and Friday, and sometimes we'll release one or two extra ones in a week as well. All of the videos on the channel are organised into easy to use playlists, so do have a look in there, because if you're interested in a subject, we organise all the videos on that subject so you can find them easily all together in one place. If you like what we're doing, then please like and subscribe and tell others about the channel so they can come and join as well. We're available in all of the usual social media places, particularly in places like Instagram, Twitter, and we also share all of our 3D designs on Thingiverse.